9A continuing to follow the breaking news out of Bristol. If you are just joining us, it is a very sad day in our state. 2 police officers are dead. Another is seriously injured after a shootout in Bristol in just the last 30 minutes. Police have now identified these officers. They are 35-year-old Dustin DeMonte, a husband and a father of 2 with a baby on the way, and 34-year-old Alex Hamzy, who is survived by his wife and family. We're told the officer who was injured as well, Alec Irado, has undergone surgery and is recovering right now.
We have team coverage this morning with Roger Shuzanin on at the house on Redstone Hill Road. Marcy Jones is at Bristol Fire Department after a press conference there that just wrapped up. And we're also at the medical examiner's office waiting for any possible developments there.
We're going to be following this tragic story all morning long right here on Great Day at 9A. Thank you for being here with us as our hearts are heavy this morning.
Very heavy.
I'm Kara Sundlin.
Scott Haney here. We also have an early morning weather alert going on because of some storms on the way later today, and we're going to update you on that track of that system in just a few minutes.
And first, we want to get out to Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Shuzanin. He is at that home on Redstone Hill Road in Bristol where this tragic shooting happened. Roger, what can you tell us this morning?
Well, you know, it was an awful last night, and it's become an even more horrific morning as we have learned the news that 2 officers lost their lives in a shootout here in Bristol with a suspect. That suspect was shot dead. A 3rd officer right now suffered significant, serious issues and is in the hospital right now. I do want to let you know, though, that the scene here is still active on Redstone Hill Road in Bristol. This is where this shootout played out, and according to police, it all started as a domestic dispute, a fight, an argument between 2 brothers. At some point, someone called 911, and these brave officers, as they often do, as they always do, rushed to the scene without any hesitation, according to the Bristol chief of police. And when those officers arrived, they were met almost immediately, we're told, outside the home by heavy gunfire. And neighbors tell us it sounded like a war zone. Many, many gunshots in quick succession. Some silence followed by more gunshots, wave after wave. And unfortunately, 3 officers were shot. We initially were bracing for the worst, and then we got the worst possible news this morning that 2 officers were killed in that gunfire, and a 3rd right now, again, suffered significant injuries. I want to tell you just briefly about those officers. Sergeant Dustin DeMonte was 35 years old. He leaves behind a wife, Laura, and 2 children. He also had another on the way. And Officer Alex Hamzy was 34 years old. He was hired in 2014, and he leaves behind a wife and very loving parents along with his sister. So this morning, if anything, the police presence here has only grown. Even though the suspect was shot dead, obviously investigators still have a lot of work to do, and the work that they're doing with very, very heavy hearts. This has got to be one of the saddest days in the history of Connecticut law enforcement, with 3 officers shot, 2 killed. We've been talking with law enforcement sources throughout the morning, and they never remember anything quite this awful with this many officers shot. We have a lot more digging to do on this story and a lot more grieving to do as a state. Reporting live in Bristol, I'm Roger Shuzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.